This January, up in the snowy mountains where the richest cavemen on Earth go to ski and swap secrets, Ken grabbed a microphone. His warning? Uncle Don's debt is a ticking problem. The lenders, he said, could turn on the jungle if Uncle Don doesn't get his house in order. Ken would know. He runs Citadel, one of the biggest trading shops in Uncle Don's jungle, worth about 50 billion shinies. And his shops live right inside the market for the exact debt he just stood up and warned you about. So, let Og get this straight. The caveman ringing the alarm bell is standing inside the building he says is on fire. The caveman warning you about the debt gets rich off how shaky it is. So why is he warning you at all? This is the US debt machine that pays Wall Street, explained. In case you don't stare at this stuff all day, Uncle Don's jungle owes about 39 trillion shinies. That number doesn't mean anything to a human brain, so here's the part that does. Uncle Don now burns roughly 3 billion shinies every single day just paying the interest on what he already borrowed. Not paying it down, just the interest. He's spending more to babysit old debt than he spends on the whole army, or on healthcare for every elder in the tribe. So who lends Uncle Don all these shinies? You'd think it'd be careful, boring banks, Grandma's retirement account, other jungles, and it used to be. But quietly, over the last few years, a new kind of player muscled in, a handful of giant trading shops that buy up Uncle Don's IOU by the truckload. Stick with me. Here's where it stops being boring. Here's how their trick works. They buy the government's debt with one hand, they make a bet against that same debt with the other hand, and they pocket the tiny gap in between. One IOU, a few pennies of profit. Do it once, it's nothing. But here's the thing. They don't do it with their own shinies. They borrow. Up to 50 shinies borrowed for everyone they actually own, stacked on top of those tiny little gaps. A few pennies times a mountain of borrowed money equals a fortune. It's like spotting a nickel on the sidewalk, then borrowing against your whole cave to scoop up 50,000 of them at once. It works beautifully, right up until it doesn't. Because every so often the world gets scared and everybody tries to sell at once. And when you've borrowed 50 to 1, even a small wobble can wipe you out. So the shops start dumping Uncle Don's IOU onto the market in a panic. It's already happened, twice. Back in 2020, when the sickness hit, this trade nearly blew a hole in the entire debt market. The Fed, the bank that prints the shinies, had to rush in and catch the falling knife. Then last year, when Uncle Don started swinging his tariff hammer around, it happened again. Same trade, same panic, same rescue. And here's where everything snaps into place. Remember Ken, the caveman on the mountain stage, warning you about the debt? Ken's firm is one of the giants of this exact world. And when the cops who watched the trading floor tried to put a leash on the trade, Ken fought them off, publicly, loudly. Said the cops were chasing a problem that wasn't there. Said his crowd were actually doing the jungle a favor. So picture it. The same caveman warning you the debt could blow is the one wired straight into it. And the one who beat back the only people trying to make it safer. The caveman warning you about the debt gets rich off how shaky it is. Which funds exactly are borrowed 50 to 1 inside Uncle Don's debt right now? Oh, they've got names. Big ones. Og's not going to say which. Og doesn't want a letter. So what does this mean for regular cavemen like you and me? Here's the part nobody on that mountain stage mentions. The same bond market that decides what Uncle Don pays to borrow also decides what you pay. It's all one big pool. Your mortgage, your car loan, your credit card, they all ride the same wave. And that wave got a lot bigger. Picture a regular home loan, 400,000 shinies. A few years back, when borrowing was cheap, that ran you about 1,700 shinies a month. Today, about 2,500. Same house, same loan, 800 shinies more every single month, for as long as you owe it, just because borrowing itself got more expensive. That's the same wave Ken's 50 to 1 buddies are surfing for profit. It just lands a little differently on your end. And if one of those trades finally blows up for good, the Fed rides in to rescue the trading shops. Nobody rides in to rescue your mortgage. So what can we do about it? Watch what the jungle's leaders actually do, not what they say on a stage. The cops tried to leash this trade once and got shoved back. The only thing that changes that is enough of the tribe making enough noise that the next leash actually holds. So pay attention the next time a boring rule about the trading floor shows up in the news. That boring rule is the whole game. It's a free jungle after all. But just remember, when this thing finally wobbles too hard, the Fed sends a rescue party for the 50 to 1 crowd. The tribe just gets a bigger bill. So the next time a billionaire grabs a microphone to warn you about the national debt, ask yourself which side of it he's standing on. If any cavemen are confused, this is a simple satirical explainer about how government debt actually works. For legal reasons, this is all happening in a make-believe jungle full of fictional cavemen. Please do not sue Og. This was just one piece of hidden plumbing. The jungle's full of it, the stuff that runs everything and never makes the news. Og's going to keep dragging it into the light. Hit subscribe, help Og dig up the next one. The caveman warning you about the debt gets rich off how shaky it is. We'll see you in the next one.